Do you operate a nonprofit organization, or are you a part of a nonprofit organization and you've been seeing other nonprofits receiving grant funding, or you've been hearing about all of this grant funding that is available, yet you still have no idea where to find them? Well, if that's you, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you 10 places where you can go to find grants for your organization. So this is a two-part video series. I'm going to share 5 places where you can find small grants, and small grants ranges from anywhere between say $1,000 to about $25,000. And then part 2 of the video, I will share with you 5 places where you can find large grants. And by large grants, we're looking at anywhere from about $100,000 to millions. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the NGO Journey. If you're joining for the very first time, I'm Lenny Roden, the founder of the NGO Journey, where we're all about helping you to start, grow, and sustain your own nonprofit organization. So in today's video, I'm literally going to take you on the website of 5 agencies and organizations that provide small grants for nonprofit organizations who are creating impact within the Caribbean. So if you're a nonprofit organization based in the Caribbean, then this is for you. If you're a nonprofit organization outside the Caribbean, but you want to start projects within the Caribbean, then this is also for you. The first grant that we want to look at is the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives Grants. So on average, this grant is about $20,000, and it is offered to NGOs working in the Caribbean. So the eligible countries are Jamaica, Dominica, Grenada, Haiti, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Antigua and Barbuda, and Belize. So let us jump right onto their website to see exactly what they offer and how you can actually apply for this grant. Here we are, the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives grant. So if you notice, you're seeing Jamaica 2022. So this grant is actually closed now for this year, but you can look out for it when it reopens next year. And it usually opens around April, I believe, but just bookmark the page and look out for it. So the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives grant, it is offered through the Government of Canada, and it's usually through the Canadian High Commissions, right? So even though this says Jamaica, you can actually apply and partner and collaborate for regional projects if you are in any of those countries that I mentioned before. All right, so if you notice, this is a small grant. They have the description. The CFLI is a program designed to support small-scale, high-impact projects in developing countries, which align with Global Affairs Canada's thematic priority areas for engagement. The program is directed at projects conceived and designed predominantly by local partners. All right, so you can always go through that. We're just going to scroll down to see how do you apply. Well, before you apply, if you notice, it's right here. Projects that are usually funded by this grant usually range from anywhere between 10,000 to 25,000 Canadian dollars, which roughly is around say 7,500 to about 19,000 US dollars. If you're doing a regional project, meaning you're collaborating with more than one Caribbean countries, then you can apply for the larger grant of 30,000 to 35,000 Canadian dollars, which is about say 22 to about 27,000 US dollars. All right, so how do you apply? Right, you complete your applications, and of course you have to sign the agreement when you apply for the grant, or if you get the grant. The deadline for submission, well, the deadline for this year was April 1, 2022. So as I said, it's around that time. It will be around the same time next year when you're looking for the grant. So just keep an eye open, maybe around February, March, to see if applications are open. And usually you download the application form and you email it to the email address that is there, right? So applications can actually be completed in English or French, And this is where you can click to get the application form. On this link, it will take you to the PDF document. And basically, well, it's not opening here, but it will take you to the PDF document. You can download it and complete it, right? And as I said, you're going to email it to that application, to that email address. So who is eligible for this grant? To be eligible, you must be a local, non-governmental or community or non-profit organization. You can also be an academic institution working on local projects. You can be an international, non-governmental organization working on local development activities. So if you're in a developed country and you want to carry out a project in Jamaica or the Caribbean, you can apply. You can also be an intergovernmental, multilateral or regional institution or organization and agency working on local development activities. You can be municipal, regional or national government institutions or agencies of the recipient country working on a local project. You could also be a Canadian NGO or not-for-profit organization working on local development activities. So as you can see, this grant is pretty broad. You can actually apply for it for, a wide range of organizations can apply for this grant. So another important thing that you want to look out for is the thematic priorities. So what themes can you apply for this grant under? So the themes must align with the CFLI thematic priorities, which are gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls, peace and security with a focus on conflict prevention and peace building, environment and climate action, focusing on adaptation and mitigation, as well as on water management. The regional projects, they must align with one of the following areas: migration, indigenous leadership, health and disaster mitigation related to the impacts of COVID-19, or it could also be all of the above priority areas. And all of the above priority areas should include among their objectives the empowerment of women and girls. So basically, like, that is the criteria. If you scroll down on their website, you will see what are the eligible costs that you can place in your proposal. And if you scroll further down, they will tell you what they are not funding. So this is a very good grant. I would encourage you to apply. If you're thinking about launching a project for your NGO, apply for the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives grant. My organization has actually received this grant 3 times. Okay. One of the things that I like about them is that they are very open to funding organizations, NGOs, nonprofits that have never received grant funding before. And so if you are just starting your nonprofit organization and you have a great project idea to create impact, then I just want to encourage you to apply for the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives grants. Make sure that you mark it in your calendar, save the website. I will put the link down below so you can go and click on it next year when the application opens. You will not regret it. The second grant is a direct aid program. Now, the direct aid program is out of Australia. It's actually from Australian Aid, and it operates out of the Australian High Commission, which is based in Port of Spain, Trinidad, but it covers several Caribbean countries. So we're going to jump on the website and you will see more information about it. So here we are. Here's a website. I will share it in the link below. So this is a direct aid program. It tells you that it's a flexible small grants program through the Australian government, and it supports development projects that contribute to sustainable economic growth and poverty reduction. And it operates out of the Australian High Commission in Port of Spain, and they administer it to countries in the Caribbean. So who can apply for the grant? Community groups, NGOs, local government organizations, and other entities engaged in development activities on a not-for-profit basis in the countries. So these countries: Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Suriname. All right, so you can go through. It tells you about the projects that are eligible, right? So generally addressing community health challenges, including non-communicable diseases, and it gives you the examples. You have promoting human rights, including projects that empower women, youth, indigenous community, and people with disabilities, improving access to safe water and levels of sanitation and hygiene in communities, it gives examples, and promoting climate change adaptation and mitigation strategies, strengthened resilience and sustainable environmental practice. So you can go through, right? It tells you what expenses are not eligible for funding and in terms of how much you can apply for. So the projects are generally between Australian $20,000 to $30,000, which I believe is around US 13,000 to about 20,000 US dollars. All right. So they also have a deadline for applications. The application deadline has passed for this year. So again, this is one of them that you need to bookmark and save so that you can apply next year. So the deadline this year was September 4. So I think around the same time next year, you can look for the opening was August 15th and it closed September 4th. So around the same time next year, you can look out for this grant and apply for your organization. They have an online application form and the templates are here, so you can click on it and you can just go through. And they also have different Zoom sessions to talk about the grant, and as you can see here, they listed the different times and days when they were having those, and they also have examples of projects that they funded in the past. So click on the link down below and browse on their website and go on ahead and start preparing your project to apply next year when they open. The third organization is the Caribbean Policy Development Center, also known as CPDC. So they are like an umbrella organization for NGOs within the Caribbean. They are based in Barbados. Initially, they were focused on, policy development, but over the years they've evolved, and they are almost like a resource hub too for nonprofit organizations. They offer a lot of training and capacity building workshops for NGOs, and they also offer a lot of grant funding opportunities. So we're going to jump onto CPDC's website and you're going to see what they offer for you. So here we are on the CPDC's website. So again, the link is down below. So you can read up about them in terms of their history, what they do. If you look at their mission, it's to build civil society organizations, partnerships through engagement with people, governments, and other relevant partners to influence the design and implementation of policies that empower and improve the lives of Caribbean people. So you can read about them here, but we want to jump over to the opportunities section where you will find the grants that they offer. So if you notice, they offer grant opportunities as well as training opportunities, scholarships, consultancies, and also job vacancies. So we're going to look at grants. And here you will see all the opportunities that they had. So currently there are no open grants, but this is where they will publish all the grants that are available. So if you notice, these are grants that they had. This one was enhancing CARIFORM civil society's capacity to participate in national and regional development programming and policy making. So you could have clicked on it and learned more about it. Look at the call for proposal, look at the grant application, and also the budget template, right? So again, I would encourage you to bookmark their website, keep going on it, keep visiting them, follow them on social media. They're very active on social media, and they will always post when grant opportunities are open. So these are examples of other grants that they had, and you'll see the deadlines so that you can apply. The fourth organization is UN Women Caribbean. Now, UN Women Caribbean is also one of those agencies or organizations that not only provide grants for projects, but they also do a lot of capacity building, training, and workshops for NGOs. A few weeks ago, I went to a 1-week movement building workshop with other persons in the Caribbean. That was fully covered by UN Women. They do a lot of capacity building for nonprofit organizations and trainings. All right, so let's head over to their website. So here we are on the UN Women Caribbean website. I simply just searched for grants and then everything popped up that's available for the Caribbean and Latin America. On the left, you will see all the eligible countries and you'll see all the grant opportunities that are or were available for these particular countries. So if you notice here, they have the name of the grant. So they had a series of spotlight initiatives for different countries within the Caribbean and Latin America. And some of them were specific to different countries. So if you notice, the title is there. You can just scroll down and look at the one that applies to you based on where you're located, right? So if we just click on this one, for example, you will see more information. It tells you the name of the grant, when it was posted, it tells you the purpose of it, which organizations are eligible. It tells you the amount that you can apply for, the duration that your project should be, and the deadline. This particular grant, there's actually no submission deadline. So if you are based in Trinidad and Tobago, you can still go ahead and apply for this grant. And the proposal template is here so that you can actually download. All right, so this is one that you can actually go ahead and apply for now and keep looking on their pages for new opportunities. UN Women is a good organization, very good grants. I've participated in different activities by them, and I've also received grants from them for my nonprofit organization. We actually did an internal capacity building training with the grant that we received under their Spotlight initiative. So it is doable. You can apply for it, you can get it. So don't hesitate. Go ahead, download the application and just submit. You never know. So the fifth and final organization that I want to highlight for today is the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, CCRIF. So it's not a very popular organization or agency, and many persons do not know about it and do not know that they offer small grants in addition to everything else that they do. So let's jump on their website to see who they are and what it is that they offer. Here we are at ccrif.org. That's their website, short and easy. So I just wanted to highlight who they are. So they were formed in 2007. They were actually the first multi-country risk pool in the world and was the first insurance instrument to successfully develop parametric policies backed by both traditional and capital markets. They have 19 Caribbean member governments, 3 Central American member governments, 1 electric utility member, 54 number of payouts, and 245 total payouts to date. That's million in US dollars. All right. So let us jump to what we came for, which is their grant, right? Their small grants program. So let's go to TA program, and you can see they offer scholarships, internship programs. So we're going to go to small grants program. All right. So here, the small grants program, they actually give you an overview of what the program is about. They say that CCRIF will finance small projects conceptualized and managed by NGOs, community-based organizations, charitable organizations, and are mandated by national disaster coordinators in local communities across the CCRIF member countries and or CARICOM member countries. Now, the range of the grants, anywhere between $5,000 US to $25,000. Right, they said that all projects submitted for consideration, they must be relevant to CCRIF and its regional mandate and agenda, and therefore can be inclusive of, but not limited to, the following areas. So their main areas of focus: disaster management, engineering, climate change adaptation, training and other capacity building initiatives, to be implemented through seminars, workshops, community consultations, and expert group meetings, among others. And I think based on the training, it's kind of broad here. So you could probably fit any of your programs under this area. And then the other area is environmental management initiatives that will directly impact on reducing community vulnerability. And they give you some examples there. Eligibility: all registered NGOs, CBOs, charities, or non-profit organizations, national disaster coordinating bodies, universities operating within local communities. And again, all of these needs to be in the countries that they operate in or in CARICOM. All right, submission guidelines. So you have to submit your proposal electronically, right? And if you click on this link, then it will take you to where you should register. Okay, they actually, well, you apply online, so you can click on it and it's gonna take you to the proposal page. You can actually open your application form and complete it. The good thing about this is that you can complete the form, especially if they don't allow you to save the application online. You can complete the form in your own time and then go and download it, right? And here you get more information about your project application. But just to go back, deadlines, right? So they actually have no deadlines. You can apply for their grant at any time during the year. So this is great. This is another one that you can go ahead and apply for right now if you have a project ready for your organization. So again, the link is down below. You can go and click on it and review this in details when you are ready. That's it for this video. There you have it, 5 agencies and organizations that provide small grants for NGOs, non-profit organizations, community-based organizations, academic institutions, and even local government. So if you fall into one of those categories, then go ahead. If you have a project idea or you have a project ready, then go ahead and submit your application to one of these agencies. You'll never know. But if you don't apply, then you will not get it. All right. So that's it for the video, guys. Remember that this video was about small grants for your nonprofit organization for your projects. So if you are looking for the bigger grants, remember to watch part 2 of this video to learn about 5 agencies and organizations that provide large grants for your bigger projects that you want to scale, and some of them will even allow you to cover some of your operational expenses. So go ahead and watch part 2 of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you're not yet a part of the community, feel free to subscribe so that you know when another video is posted. See you soon in the next video.